Welcome to Hairstyle in Harvey Milk Terminal 1. My name is Nicole Mullen, and I'm curator of exhibitions at SFO Museum at the San Francisco International Airport. This exhibition features hair styling tools, products, and novelty items, from curling irons and hair dryers to one-of-a-kind hair sculptures. Historically, women's hair care and styling took place at home with the help of family, friends, or domestic staff until the late 1800s when salons began to open. Martha Matilda Harper, a Canadian-born former housemaid, was an early pioneer, launching a successful franchise of salons in the U.S. African-American hair culturists Annie M. Turnbo and Madam C. Walker both built lucrative businesses in the hair care industry in the first decade of the 1900s. For many more females, hair salons offered an opportunity to run their own businesses. By the 1920s, thousands of beauty parlors had opened across the country. The late 1940s, 50s, and 60s served as the golden era of the hair salon, when women regularly flocked to the beauty parlor to socialize and have their hair set. Hairstyles have varied throughout the decades, from shockingly short bobs of the 1920s to platinum blondes in the 1930s and large victory rolls in the 1940s. The late 1950s and 60s gave way to big hair, namely the bouffant, with hair puffed high at the crown. In opposition to these elaborate hairstyles, Vidal Sassoon created his famous wash and wear geometric cuts and styles. In the 1970s, actress and model Farrah Fawcett established one of the most iconic styles of all time with her feathered locks. Millions of women and girls went to salons requesting the Farrah cut. Frenchman Marcel Gratteau invented the Marcel wave in 1872. The style remained popular well into the 20th century. Here we have curling tongs, which were used to create Marcel waves. They were heated over gas burners. The hairdresser then creased the hair between the blades rather than winding it around the blades to create temporary undulating waves. In this 1950s photo, you see young women using these gas-heated curling irons. They are students at the Franklin School of Beauty, which was located in Houston, Texas. It was the largest Black beauty school in the region, training thousands of fledgling beauticians from 1935 through the 1970s. Entrepreneur, philanthropist, and social activist Madam C. Walker created a hair care empire, including salons, training schools, and a product line, making her one of the wealthiest African Americans of her time. A former laundress, like many women at the time, she struggled with hair loss due to infrequent hair washing and scalp disease. She launched her wonderful hair grower in 1906, promising to grow hair long and strong and helping women to maintain the health of their hair. Its success prompted her to establish the Madam C. Walker Manufacturing Company in 1910 in Indianapolis. Walker's products, as you can see here from this advertisement, eventually sold as far as Central America and the Caribbean. German-born Karl Nessler patented the first electric permanent wave machine in London in 1909 before immigrating to the US in 1915. The apparatus required a combination of heat and chemicals. The process was time-consuming and costly. It also posed dangers from burns and hair damage in the hands of inexperienced operators. Earl Adams, Veronica Lake's hairdresser, donated the circa 1940 perm machine to Jeff Hafler's collection. Allegedly, the actress sat under the same machine. After World War II, manufacturers began to offer far less cumbersome cold wave perms, including Tony's Home Permanent, which had the famous advertising campaign, "Which twin has the Tony?" This is a Royal hair dryer, one of the early electric hair dryers. it was introduced in the first decade of the 1900s. Loud, heavy, and expensive, early hair dryers operated on low wattage and required long drying times. Throughout the show, we have hairnets with these great graphics on the envelopes. Women have worn hairnets for centuries. Hairnets were worn for aesthetic purposes, to protect hairstyles, and for sanitary reasons. They were made from real human hair and later in nylon in various hair color shades. The back walls of the exhibition are lined with beauty trade magazine covers. Bernice Calvin started the publication with her mother in 1954. It then served as the premier Black beautician publication from the mid-1950s through the 70s. Several of these magazine covers show women wearing wigs, as they were very popular in the 1960s when wig salons appeared across the nation. Wigs and hairpieces, often made from real human hair, allowed women to instantly change their hair color and style, creating a temporary new look. No longer a fad or high fashion fantasy for the privileged few, the wig and the hairpiece are here to stay, wrote Dorothy Hanley in her 1964 publication, The Hairdo Handbook. Hair shampoo emerged in the early 20th century. Here we have a great novelty item from Jeff's collection, a Beauty Brew Bear shampoo with a 40s hairstyle on the label. Hairspray surfaced in the 1940s. By the mid-1960s, hairspray became the most popular selling beauty product in the United States. Hairstylist Margaret Helt invented the beehive hairdo in 1960 when Modern Beauty Shop magazine requested her to create a new style for the decade. Here we have a pair of glasses that have mirrors instead of lenses, so a woman could style the back of her beehive hairdo with both hands free. Here we have some bobby pins, which made their debut following World War I. They kept the new bobbed hairstyles in place. They were invented right here in San Francisco by cosmetics manufacturer Louis Marcus. Hooded dryers appeared in salons in the 1930s. In the 1950s and 60s, they were perfectly suited to a woman's complicated hairstyles, which required women to visit salons on a weekly basis to have their hair set. In an attempt to mimic the salon experience at home, portable Bonnet hair dryers, such as these, made their debut in the early 1950s. By the late 1960s, the Afro hairstyle became a symbol of Black pride and empowerment. The fist comb, such as the one you see here with a handle in the shape of the Black Power salute, was designed and patented in the 1970s. Hairstylist Nathaniel Mathis obtained both a barber's license and later attended cosmetology school. In 1969, Mathis and a partner established the first Black unisex hair salon in Washington, D.C. Though he mastered a variety of hairstyling techniques, by the 1970s, Mathis's clients and colleagues had dubbed him the Bush Doctor for his expertise in styling male and female afros. In 1976, Mathis trademarked the name. In this window, we also have some really fun growing hair dolls, including a Cher, Chrissy, Barbie Super Hair, and a very well-loved Farrah Fawcett styling head. Most of the objects on exhibition are from the collection of Jeff Hafler, self-proclaimed hair historian, veteran hairstylist, and owner of the Beauty Bubbles Salon and Museum in Joshua Tree, California. He is also an artist who creates one-of-a-kind hair sculptures. The boxes and bags full of old rollers, curlers, and barrettes that Jeff has acquired over the years inspired his hysterical sculptures, each of which features a different hairstyle. Thank you for joining me today on this tour of hairstyle in Harvey Milk Terminal 1.